And now at 8, breaking news. President Trump ordering the National Guard to deploy to Southern California in response to unrest and violence against federal immigration enforcement.
Tonight, the White House says it's deploying 2,000 National Guard troops to L.A., saying, quote, the Trump administration has a zero-tolerance policy for criminal behavior and violence, especially when that violence is aimed at law enforcement officers trying to do their jobs.
And Governor Newsom responding, saying, quote, the federal government is taking over the California National Guard and deploying 2,000 soldiers in Los Angeles, not because there is a shortage of law enforcement, but because they want a spectacle. And Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says Marines at Camp Pendleton are also on standby at this hour to respond if necessary.
Let's get live to KCAL News reporter Zach Boetto, who's been in Compton all day, where protesters have been facing off with law enforcement after setting a car on fire. Zach.
Hey guys, in the last hour, deputies have since moved up Alondra closer to the 710 freeway on-ramp. They're now staged there and holding off protesters. Here behind me at the intersection that we've been standing at almost all day, Alondra and Atlantic, is basically now turned into a takeover where people are running and riding bikes and dirt bikes through the intersection. There's been a lot of trucks doing donuts here. Over to our left here, you can see that a security camera has been pushed over on this telephone pole. A lot of graffiti all over the businesses here in the intersection of Alondra and Atlantic, including Dave's Donuts here, an iconic location here in Compton. But as it turns to night here, protesters at this intersection have started to settle down a little bit. And again, deputies have since moved toward the 710 freeway. Here we go with a car doing a donuts here in the intersection. That same intersection is the one you're looking at now, where the car caught fire. There was a white Kia that came into the intersection a few hours ago, caught fire, and that set off a lot of mayhem here in Compton. Fireworks from the protesters toward the deputies. Deputies then shooting pepper balls at protesters, shooting flashbangs at protesters. Protesters scattering at that point, and then it really got chaotic at that point. So within the last hour, again, deputies starting to retreat, and then it calming down here. We do have some sound from some protesters who we spoke with earlier today, as well as the sheriff. Let's go ahead and roll that.
This is a United States of America. It's supposed to be for everybody. No one's better, no one's superior. We are the same. We bleed the same. We will die the same. We will all go under the earth the same.
All we're doing is trying to help our people from being separated from their families. That's all we're doing. That's all. Do you see anybody being violent right now, sir? No.
As the crowd has grown, it has become more violent. Individuals in the crowd that have been throwing objects at the federal agents, and we started to call in additional resources from around the county of Los Angeles.
Still a very active situation here in Compton. If you live in this area, a good idea to avoid the intersection of Alondra and Atlantic. And no one is getting over the bridge over the 710 freeway. You can see in the distance here a lot of Mexican flags, a lot of American flags. People, again, upset with these ICE raids and coming here to Compton to show their frustrations. Guys?
Yeah, Zach, we can see a lot of the people that are still out there. We heard someone doing a donut, as you said. You mentioned that LASD deputies have retreated. Are there any currently at the location you are at?
Yeah, there's a couple dozen deputies down the street here. You can't see them from where we're standing, but they're just past the Dave's Donuts here on the corner. Still a couple dozen deputies holding strong with their riot shields. They have some green fencing laid out in front of them. Again, they're not letting anyone get over the overpass, which crosses over the 710 freeway. Can't see them from where we are now, but there are still some protesters clashing with those deputies, and we'll work to get a better shot for you guys coming up here at 8:30.
Zach Boetto, live in Compton. Thank you so much. And it looks like those deputies are not showing full force to the protesters. You can see someone doing donuts right here in the intersection. Normally, this is something they would stop, but in this case, they're kind of holding back.
And a lot more traffic flowing at this point compared to earlier.
Well, earlier, not far from Compton, this was a scene in Paramount where protesters clashed with law enforcement. Protesters trying to block vehicles and throwing objects at cars and officers, using pepper spray and firing rubber bullets. Take a listen. Very intense scene there. Just before officers used tear gas and rubber bullets, protesters tried to block a U.S. Marshal bus from driving through that crowd.
This also on Paramount, you see a U.S. Marshal Service bus head-to-head with a group of protesters, at one point trying to push the bus back before then making its way through, and law enforcement allowing it to cross paths there. And another moment we showed you earlier this afternoon, a U.S. Customs and Border Patrol vehicle also getting things thrown at it from protesters. At one point, looks like milk, rocks, other things being thrown at those vehicles as they pass by.
Over in Inglewood, this was the situation here. Citizens video shows someone being stuffed inside a Border Patrol vehicle there. A few people were outside of the car protesting the law enforcement. It's unclear if this was part of a larger raid or who the person was that was being taken in this video. We have reached out to federal officials, but have not heard back yet. And tonight, a rally outside a detention center in downtown LA where protesters are gathering for anti-ICE rally on Alameda. This is happening right between Aliso and Temple. After yesterday's raids, they say they're standing against President Trump's immigration policies and fighting for dignity and equality. Now, joining the rally there, SEIU President David Huerta's nephew, who says his uncle is physically okay after being hurt during his arrest yesterday.
We're here in solidarity with him, in solidarity with the immigrant community. They're trying to criminalize people that are working class, people that are the backbone of this country. If they want to deal with bad people, fine. That's a whole different conversation. But they're targeting working families. They're separating children. Children are not the bad guys. Families and mothers are not the bad guys.
Huerta is the leader of one of the nation's largest labor union, remains in federal custody. He's accused of interfering with the LA immigration raids. Now, the U.S. attorney says Huerta was blocking an ICE detention van. The union says Huerta had to be taken to the hospital. He is expected in court on Monday.
Today's protests come after an hours-long demonstration in downtown LA yesterday. People crowded the federal building where detainees were taken following widespread immigration sweeps in LA. The protests got tense at times, with officers firing tear gas to clear the crowd. Where federal agents appeared to be staging. Protesters confronted those agents as several flashbang grenades went off. Several of the armored vehicles were also vandalized with graffiti.
And today, California lawmakers say they are being denied entry into the downtown LA detention center where detained migrants are being held. Congressman Jimmy Gomez and other elected leaders say they should be allowed to visit any facility that's detaining migrants, but were told they weren't allowed in because of safety issues.
I've been to the Middle East, I've been to war zones, so I know what it's like to actually be in a situation that's a lot more dangerous than inside this building.
How many people are there? It is our job as members of Congress to have oversight.
Now, we reached out to Border Patrol for information about the facility, but have not heard back yet. And a warning from the FBI, the agency says protesters could be prosecuted for attacking officers or impeding on immigration operations.